Hey everyone, Barney is here, and today is day 10 of my Imperium Academy VIP journey. And today I want to share with you something interesting. This was the first time I experienced this, and it made me recognize one of my biggest forms of procrastination. So let's dive into this. But before I go deep, first of all, let me take you back a little bit. So I first joined to Imperium Academy a few months ago, and I was shocked of the value and the quality of the course. And I really enjoyed watching all the materials and learning from Charlie himself. I also did the action items, but I noticed something. Even though I had all the course, and even though I completed the action items, I still didn't get the results I wanted. The mindset training was amazing, but I still felt like something was not working. The answer wasn't that the course was broken. It was me. And I realized it 2 weeks ago when I purchased VIP and I started rewatching the entire course and especially the mindset module. And then it clicked. The realization was critically important for me. I already knew that I wasn't afraid taking of risks or doing cold outreach. I had done those things before, and I also was making content, putting myself out of there and placing myself into situations where I had to experience discomfort. However, I still wasn't growing, and I was still stuck, and then it clicked. I realized why I was procrastinating. I wasn't afraid of failure, risk, or cold outreach. I was afraid of success. Now you can look at me and think, this guy is an idiot, but let me ask you this. Just think about it. The reason why I'm not sending as many outreaches as I could, or the reason why I'm not doing the actual volume and the actual work I know I'm capable of doing, is not because I'm afraid of failure, but because I'm afraid of what happens if it actually works out. And you wonder why? Well, the reason is really simple. Because let me ask you this. What happens when you only record content, send a few outreaches, send a few cold emails, and tell yourself you are working? Exactly. Nothing really happens. You use it like a painkiller, but you are not doing the actual reps that will move you closer to your goal. Because once you get a positive response, or once someone books an appointment in your calendar, you actually need to step out of your head. And that moment, it becomes real. It becomes tangible. This abstract idea of business suddenly becomes real. And you feel it. And then you also need to face your real skills and competence. You can still sit there and think how good you are in sales, delivery, strategy, or using fancy business terms. But once someone is actually interested, everything becomes real. And then there is money. Because getting a fat paycheck feels fucking amazing. But it also comes with responsibility, work, pressure, and wait. Now, you suddenly need to get results no matter what, or you may have to give a refund. So, what was I actually avoiding? Reality. Because until I get my first client, everything feels lighter in my head. I didn't want to share it because I wanted to blame myself. I wanted to share this because I realized that you can procrastinate not only because you're afraid of failure, but also because you're afraid of actually succeeding. I'm going to eliminate this false belief and replace it with a positive one. I hope you guys enjoyed this and you can take something out of it. If you have any questions, you can DM me and ask me. But this lesson was really painful for me. This realization was hard for me, but I took it and just wanted to warn you that this can be why you are not doing the work you need to do. So keep up the good work, my G's, and do the work. Bye.